Hello and thank you for joining me for my Valentine's wreath craft with me video. You can see here that I've got a lovely heart-shaped wicker wreath, and then I got several different types of artificial flowers that I picked up from Hobbycraft. I started off with the wreath, and I got these large roses left over from when I did my fall wreath, and I decided to pick one of those and, using my glue gun, stick that to the centre top of the heart wreath. While I was waiting for the glue gun to heat up, I just took all of the smaller flowers and laid them out around the wreath to get a feel for how many flowers would go on it, and just to see how full the wreath would be. So next I took the glue gun and glued that big rose onto the top, carefully checking that it was glued on all the way round because I needed to be sure that that was going to hold. And then it was really a relatively simple job of starting with the dark red roses, and they came on wires. They were like the kind of roses that you'd use perhaps for a wedding type decoration, table decoration or bouquet. So anyway, they all had these little wires on them, so it was quite simple to just pop the roses where I wanted them, feed the wire through, and just wrap it a few times around the wicker of that heart-shaped wreath. And you can see as I'm working around that each time that I've added another rose, I'm looking at the wreath to see where more should go. I'm trying to keep it nice and even and symmetrical. And also I was working the roses in not just along the top of the wreath, but also kind of down to the sides, the left and the inside, the outside and the inside of that heart wreath. You'll notice as well that I'm using a tool. It's actually a Leatherman tool with like pincers, or pincers is the best way to describe them. I found that sometimes I needed something to grab the wire of the flowers through the wicker, and they came to quite a fine point, so I could use those to grab the wire and pull it through to then allow me to wrap it around. I didn't really need to cut the wire on any of the roses because I could simply make sure that it was wrapped around and tucked inside the wreath, so that was nice and easy. And I didn't actually need to use the glue gun again because all of those little roses were on wire cables. I just did the whole wreath with them wrapped round, and the bonus is that I knew that they would be super secure. No roses falling off because the glue has come and stuck. So then you can see I'm onto the larger of the pink roses now. Again, I'm just looking at the overall effect of the wreath and adding them on side by side to make sure it's symmetrical, even, and just generally is looking how I want it to look. As I come to the end of the larger pink roses, I've got some smaller pink roses that I was going to add as well, just to add a bit more depth and variety to the wreath. I'll be starting those shortly. There you go, you can see that they've just appeared miraculously on the table there in my speedy time lapse here. So yeah, I'm working those smaller ones in and among the red and pink roses, again just continually checking to see what the overall effect is and making sure that it's nice and even. you can see the finished wreath. I was really pleased with how it turned out. I used the door frame hook to loop through the ribbon that was already on the wreath and just got it ready to hang on my front door. And there you have it. There's me proudly placing the wreath on the door, and doesn't it look wonderful? I'm absolutely delighted with how it's turned out. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up, and I shall look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.